Here's the truth. Nobody in a dealership will tell you. Most people don't need SUVs. You need something that gets you to work without bankrupting you, hauls groceries without requiring a ladder, and doesn't explode into expensive repairs the moment the warranty expires. Today, I'm revealing 5 sedans with legendary longevity, vehicles that'll outlast your sous vide driving neighbor's car payment and still be running when his transmission grenades at 99,000 miles. Let's go. Number 5. The Toyota Avalon. The Toyota Avalon is what happens when Toyota takes a Camry, stretches it like taffy, adds luxury features, and engineers it for people who actually care about reliability over Instagram likes. This is a full-size sedan that most people under 60 completely ignore, and that's exactly why it's a screaming bargain. The Avalon runs a 3.5-liter V6 making 301 horsepower. This is Toyota's legendary 2G RFE engine, the same one that powers the Camry, Highlander, and roughly 7 million other Toyotas still chugging along today. The transmission is a 6-speed or 8-speed automatic depending on year. Both are solid. No CVT nonsense that explodes at 80,000 miles like a cheap firework. Just a proven automatic that shifts smoothly and lasts forever. A customer bought a 2015 Avalon with 80,000 miles. He's now at 190,000 miles. Total repairs, 1 set of brake pads, and regular maintenance. The car runs like it's brand new. His son bought a 2021 Nissan Altima. At 45,000 miles, the CVT failed like a house of cards. Repair cost, $6,800. The son now drives his dad's old Camry and won't shut up about buying an Avalon when he recovers financially from his catastrophic life choice. The Avalon is stupid. Comfortable, we're talking plush seats, quiet cabin, and a smooth ride that makes highway miles disappear faster than your paycheck at Costco. This isn't a sports sedan. It's a luxury cruiser designed by people who understand that comfort beats handling when you're doing 500 miles to visit your insufferable in-laws. The suspension soaks up bumps like a sponge. Road noise is minimal. You could drive from Miami to Seattle and arrive less tired than your neighbor who took a sporty BMW that transmitted every pebble through his spine like acupuncture. Insurance is cheaper because sedans cost less to insure than SUVs. Tires are cheaper. 4 sedan tires run $600 versus $900 for SUV tires. Maintenance is cheaper because there's less vehicle to service. One guy calculated his Avalon costs him 30 cents per mile, all in, over 150,000 miles. His co-worker's Toyota 4Runner? 60 cents per mile. The Avalon saved him 35 grand over the same period. That's a used car paid for by not buying an SUV. He used the savings to fund his kid's college and now won't stop bragging about it at work. The Avalon's biggest weakness, though, is that it's aggressively boring. Younger buyers won't touch it because it screams early bird special at Denny's. Resale value suffers because nobody under 55 wants to be seen in one at the valet stand. But that's your advantage. Low demand means low prices and desperate sellers. Mechanically, the Avalon has minimal issues. Some 2013 to 2015 models had occasional oil consumption issues. Check service records for evidence of regular top-ups. Some owners report the infotainment is slow and dated, responding to touches like a hungover teenager. But who cares? Your goal is transportation, not TikTok videos. The 2013 to 2018 Avalons are the sweet spot. They have the bulletproof V6, modern safety features like blind spot monitoring, and are priced ridiculously low because everyone's chasing SUVs like lemmings off a cliff. The 2019 Plus redesign is excellent but expensive. You're paying $28,000 plus for a used one. Not worth it when 2013 to 2018 models deliver 95% of the experience for $10,000 less. But if the Avalon sounds too soft and too grandpa adjacent, buckle up. The next sedan makes zero compromises on driving enjoyment while still lasting forever. Number 4, the Honda Accord. The Honda Accord is automotive vegetables. Everyone knows it's good for them. Nobody gets excited about it at parties, and yet it outlasts the flashy cars people buy to feel special at the school pickup line. This is the sensible choice that actually works, like flossing or drinking water instead of energy drinks. The Accord offers multiple engines depending on year, like a menu at a restaurant that only serves reliable food. The 2.4-liter 4-cylinder from 2008 to 2017 is legendary. This engine powered millions of Accords and CR-Vs. It's efficient, reliable, and powerful enough for daily driving without feeling like you're piloting a golf cart. I knew a delivery driver who bought a 2014 Accord 4-cylinder with the CVT. He put 40,000 miles per year delivering medical supplies. At 280,000 miles, the transmission was still original and shifting smoothly. He sold it to his nephew for $4,000. His nephew is still driving it at 320,000 miles. The Accord hits the perfect middle ground between comfort and handling. It's not a sports car, but it doesn't float like Grandma's Buick either. The ride is firm enough to feel connected to the road, soft enough that your passengers won't complain about their spines. The seats are supportive without being aggressive. You can do 8-hour road trips without your lower back staging a rebellion. Rear legroom is generous. Adults fit comfortably without their knees jamming into the front seats like sardines in a can. Insurance is cheap because Honda Accords are reliable and don't attract insane drivers like performance cars do. Parts are everywhere because Honda sold millions of these cars. One accountant bought a 2012 Accord. He kept meticulous records like the nerd he is. Over 200,000 miles, his total ownership cost was 40 cents per mile, including purchase price, fuel, insurance, and maintenance. His neighbor's Audi A4, 90 cents per mile. The Accord saved him $94,000 over the same period. He used the savings to retire early and now sends smug postcards from beaches. The Accord's biggest weakness is being too common. They're everywhere. Parking lots look like Accord conventions. Mechanically, the Accord is remarkably solid. Some 9th-generation models from 2013 to 2017 had occasional starter failures around 150,000 miles, a $300 fix. Some owners report the factory infotainment is slow and laggy, responding to inputs like a government website. The 9th-generation Accords from 2013 to 2017 are the sweet spot. They have the proven 2.4-liter engine, refined ride quality, and are priced competitively because newer models exist. A 2015 Accord EXL with 70,000 miles runs 14 to 17 on Cars.com. That's exceptional value for a vehicle that'll easily hit 250,000 miles with basic maintenance. The 2018 to 2019 models had the oil dilution issue on the 1.5 turbo. While Honda issued fixes, some owners still report concerns. If buying these years, verify the software update was completed and check oil levels carefully. The Accord is for people who want reliable transportation without theatrics. It's the smart default choice that works, like buying index funds instead of gambling on cryptocurrencies named after dogs. But what if you want something slightly more upscale without entering luxury car repair territory? The next sedan offers premium features with economy car reliability. It's the secret weapon of budget-conscious buyers who still want nice things. Number 3. The Lexus ES. The Lexus ES is basically a Toyota Avalon wearing a tuxedo. It's fancier, quieter, and comes with a badge that doesn't scream senior citizen discount quite as loudly. This is luxury without the nightmare repair bills. It's what smart rich people buy, while dumb rich people finance German cars and complain about maintenance costs. The ES uses the same 3.5-liter V6 as the Avalon. It's the 2G RFE engine that Toyota has perfected over decades like a master chef perfecting a recipe. It makes 268 to 302 horsepower depending on year. This engine is legendary for reliability. Lexus takes the already bulletproof Toyota engine and pampers it with better sound insulation and smoother tuning. It's mated to a 6-speed or 8-speed automatic transmission that shifts so smoothly you barely notice gear changes. There's also a hybrid version called the ES300H. It uses a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with electric motors and gets 44 combined miles per gallon. The hybrid system is proven. Toyota has been building these for decades without the catastrophic failures that plague other manufacturers' hybrids. I knew a retired doctor who bought a 2013 ES350. He's at 220,000 miles now. Total major repairs? 0. He's replaced brake pads, tires, and fluids. That's it. His neighbor bought a BMW 5 Series. At 90,000 miles, the neighbor had spent $18,000 on repairs, including a failed turbocharger, a leaking water pump, and a transmission valve body. The doctor laughs at him at the mailbox every morning like a villain. The V6 ES gets 22 city and 33 highway miles per gallon. The hybrid gets 43 city and 45 highway. Both are excellent for a full-size luxury sedan. Let's compare to a Mercedes E-Class. The Mercedes gets 23 and 32 miles per gallon, similar to the ES. But here's where the ES destroys the competition: ownership costs. The Mercedes requires premium fuel. The ES runs on regular. Over 15,000 miles annually, that's a $650 savings per year just on fuel grade. The Mercedes demands $400 oil changes at the dealer. The ES gets a $70 oil change at any shop. Speaking about its weakness though, the ES's biggest weakness is that people who know cars realize it's a fancy Toyota. Badge snobs won't touch it because it's not European. This destroys resale value among status seekers, which is perfect for smart buyers. Mechanically, the ES has very few issues. Some 2007 to 2012 models had dashboard cracking problems. This is a cosmetic issue that doesn't affect function. Some owners report the navigation system is outdated and slow, but your phone does navigation better anyway. The most common complaint is that the infotainment is several generations behind luxury competitors, but you're buying reliability, not a rolling iPad. The 6th generation ES from 2013 to 2018 offers excellent value. They have the proven V6, modern safety features, and are priced below comparable luxury sedans. A 2015 ES 350 with 60,000 miles runs $18,000 to $22,000 on AutoTrader. That's incredible value for a luxury sedan that'll easily hit 300,000 miles. But what if you want something smaller and more fun while keeping that legendary reliability? The next sedan is a driver's car that mechanics worship for its perfect engineering. Number 2, the Acura TSX first generation. The first generation Acura TSX from 2004 to 2008 is arguably the greatest front-wheel drive sedan of the modern era. This is a car that enthusiasts love but the general market ignores. That disconnect creates insane value for smart buyers. The TSX is not an American Honda. It's the Honda Accord Euro, built entirely in Japan and shipped across the ocean with Japanese build quality that was unmatched during this era. Under the hood is the legendary K24A 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine. This is a true VTEC engine that revs to 7,000 with a mechanical scream that'll make you smile like a lunatic. It features a heavy-duty timing chain and is mated to either a crisp 5-speed automatic or one of the greatest 6-speed manual transmissions ever machined by human hands. The manual is butter smooth with perfect throws. Driving one is therapeutic. Mechanics love this engine because it's laid out beautifully. Every bolt is easy to reach. The engine internals are practically bulletproof. I've seen these engines run to 300,000 miles without opening them for major work. The TSX is firm, but not harsh. It's sporty without being punishing. The suspension is tuned for drivers who actually enjoy driving instead of just tolerating it. The seats are supportive with excellent bolstering. They hold you in place during spirited driving without feeling like a race car. Long highway drives are comfortable without being boring. But here's the real magic. Parts are dirt cheap. Because the TSX shares its entire powertrain and suspension with the Honda Accord and CR-V, parts are everywhere and cost nothing. A full suspension rebuild, all 4 corners with quality aftermarket parts costs $600, and the same job on a BMW 3 Series costs $2,500. Brake jobs are $250. Insurance is cheap because Acuras don't have the theft rate of Hondas. Tires are affordable sedan sizes, not expensive performance rubber. The TSX's biggest weakness, though, is being boring to people who don't appreciate driving. It's not flashy. It doesn't have aggressive styling. Badge snobs ignore it because Acura lacks the prestige of German brands. Mechanically check the power steering rack for leaks. These use hydraulic power steering, and the racks develop slow fluid leaks as seals age. Look for thick black grime on the steering rack boots. A replacement rack costs $400 to $600. All first-generation TSX years are excellent. The 2004 to 2005 models have slightly lower equipment levels but are mechanically identical. The 2006 to 2008 models added standard stability control and more features. The TSX is for drivers who want engagement and reliability without breaking the bank. It's the enthusiast choice that doesn't punish your wallet. But what if you want something bigger and more comfortable while keeping that Japanese reliability? Our final sedan is a full-size luxury cruiser that outlasts German competitors while costing half as much to maintain. Number 1. The Toyota Camry. The Toyota Camry is the ultimate automotive appliance. It's about as exciting as a refrigerator. It has all the emotional appeal of a toaster, and it will outlive your mortgage, your marriage, and possibly your children. This is the sensible choice that wins through sheer refusal to die. The Camry offers multiple engine options. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder is the volume seller. It makes 178 to 203 horsepower depending on year and is engineered for efficiency and longevity over performance. The transmissions are 6-speed or 8-speed automatics. Both are solid and proven. No problematic CVTs in the non-hybrid models. I knew a pizza delivery driver who bought a 2012 Camry four-cylinder with 40,000 miles for $9,000. He beat on that car mercilessly, stopping and starting 50 times per shift, idling for hours, driving aggressively to meet delivery times. At 280 miles, the suspension squeaked, the interior was destroyed, and it smelled like pepperoni and regret, but the engine and transmission were perfect. He sold it for $2,500 to another delivery driver who's still using it at 320 miles. It refuses to die despite aggressive neglect and abuse that would kill any European sedan. The Camry hits the sweet spot between comfort and handling. It's not exciting, but it's competent at everything. The ride is smooth without being floaty. The suspension handles bumps well without harsh impacts. The seats are comfortable for long drives. They're not luxury level, but they're supportive enough for 8-hour road trips without your backstaging a revolt. Cabin noise is well controlled in newer models. The 2012 Plus versions are quiet on the highway. Older models are noisier but still acceptable. Maintenance costs are absurdly low. Oil changes are $35. Brake jobs are $250. Even major services like transmission fluid changes cost $200. Insurance is cheap because Camrys are reliable and safe. Parts are everywhere because Toyota sold millions of these cars. You can get parts at any auto parts store in rural America. One accountant tracked his 2014 Camry costs over 200,000 miles. His total ownership cost was $0.39 per mile, including purchase, fuel, insurance, maintenance, and repairs. His coworker's Volkswagen Passat cost $0.79 per mile. The Camry saved him $64,000 over the same distance. He used the savings for early retirement and now sends smug emails from beaches. Now let's talk about weakness. The Camry's biggest weakness is being completely invisible. It has zero personality. Driving one is like eating plain oatmeal, nutritious but not exciting. This makes them invisible to thieves and ignored by enthusiasts. Resale value is stable but not exciting, but that stability means predictable costs. Mechanically, the Camry has minimal issues. Some 2007 to 2011 models had excessive oil consumption on the 2.4-liter engine. Toyota extended warranties on affected vehicles, checks service records for oil top-ups between changes. Some owners report the infotainment is slow and dated, but you're buying transportation, not a rolling entertainment center. So what are the best years? The 7th generation Camry from 2012 to 2017 is the sweet spot. They have proven powertrains, modern features, and are priced competitively. Avoid years 2007 to 2011. Oil consumption. The 2007 to 2011 models with the 2.4-liter four-cylinder had oil consumption issues, while Toyota extended warranties, verify service records, show regular oil monitoring, and top-ups if buying these years. The Camry is for people who want reliable transportation without drama. It's the default choice that works through sheer competence. So, which sedan is right for you? For retirees, the Lexus ES or Toyota Avalon. Both offer luxury comfort, quiet cabins, and bulletproof reliability for your golden years without breaking the bank on repairs. For commuters, the Honda Accord or Toyota Camry. Both deliver excellent fuel economy, low maintenance costs, and proven reliability for daily grinding through traffic. For families, the Toyota Camry or Honda Accord. Both offer spacious rear seats, large trunks, and exceptional safety ratings for hauling your offspring and their excessive gear. For driving enthusiasts on a budget, the Acura TSX. It's the only one that makes commuting actually fun while still delivering legendary Honda reliability. Click on the next video in order to keep the ride going, subscribe for more gold, and like this video